Mm.
have fear. Is that normal that we have fear in our life?
Yeah, it's super normal.
I mean, that's any fear,
And if you're like what?
like um, fear with parents, like with career, and uh, fear for like being failed, like any fear. Is it normal?
Fear is actually very normal
Mm-hmm.
norm in like very normal things in our life,
Mm-hmm.
which we have it. If I say natural, maybe it's not natural because when we born we don't have a fear. Other or we might have a fear. Is depend on the situation of your mother when you are in the womb, and if you believe in reincarnation,
Mm-hmm.
like the life before this life, that we may bring fear, brought fears from the other lives as well. But basically, the baby when they were born, they don't have a fear. But there's some moment when the parents share their fear to the child. Some even though some child when they are in the womb, if the mother experiences few things that not really easy and then it's become fears, the baby actually recording the fears in themselves and it become the subconscious fear. But it really depends on the way they grow as well, because the way they grow could help the child reducing the fear and clearing the fear, or the or actually begin like it become more fearful. That's why to be as a parents we need to be aware of our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, and the way we teach the kids or the way we share things to the kids. Sometimes when we want to protect the kids to not like to say no, not doing this, not doing that, to protect them, we may not protecting them, but we may sharing our fears to them. So this is why very important for the parents to actually have awareness about it. There's no perfect parents. We all learn. Like no one is actually ready to be a parents because our kids are different and we sometimes things that unexpected coming up. Of course there's a fear coming up in our life, but if we have more awareness to actually and understanding to what we share to the kids, we may reduce to share the fear to our kids. And for those who has a fear of uh, many things, you need to actually be friend with that fear.
Okay.
That's the only way to actually protecting, like to actually growing from the fear. Fear is not something to fear about. Yeah, many people very defensive,
Mm-hmm.
or many of us, yeah, very defensive or very resistance toward the fear. But actually recognizing and embracing and acknowledging your fear is helping you to be fearless.
Okay.
And the more you befriend with your fear, the more you actually allowing yourself to feel the fear, you actually helping yourself to let go the fear. And then the more you actually embracing the fear, you actually getting to know yourself more.
Okay.
You getting to know who you are and yourself and what you need and how you want to be grow and how you want to see your future
Okay.
and how do you want to act in this moment time. So this is important, and many people resistant to the fear because they're afraid to be they're afraid to be fearful. But it's not something that to fear about. Fear is actually recognition of yourself, because it's amazingly when your fear coming up
Mm-hmm.
and you allow it to happen and you acknowledge it and then you actually getting to know yourself more, this is the way and a chance for you to love yourself more, because you actually will be able to appreciate yourself more. So this is about the understanding about the fear has to be changed a little bit. Fear, it's okay,
Mm-hmm.
but how can you grow and how can you change yourself to actually feel the fear and then actually growing from that and let go that is make you more better person, make you recognizing yourself more,
Mm-hmm.
make you know your needs more, yeah, and then you know what you should do. And this is about the fear, and it's normal to have a fear. Sometimes I have a fear and then I actually like, oh, I have this, not resistant to it, because the more you resist the fear, the more you don't want to acknowledge and you push it away, the more you are in fear.
Okay.
The more you think like,
Got it.
oh, why I'm in fear and all that, the more you actually will have a problem with the fear. The
Mm-hmm.
more you fearful, but the more you actually allowing that to happen, you will become fearless.
Okay. Understand. So, mm, may I know that what is your biggest fear in your life? Do you have any?
Uh, when now?
Yeah.
Now, maybe my fear is come is a certain time, but now at this moment, I don't have. But sometimes in the certain moment, maybe I have. But today, at this moment, I don't really have, because if we talk about died, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with die since I was little. If we talk about my son,
Mm-hmm.
I saw him die before me since he was little. So I get through things that not easy to actually be okay with that.
Really? Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So I was, since he was maybe 2.5 years old, I saw that he might, at the age of 25, he will go before me. It's been like that moment, he already done his job to actually supporting me as who I am now. And this vision, I saw so many times, even until the last time is 2 years ago. And when I saw this, I cried. I'm really afraid, and then all these things. But then I realized that, okay, what can I do at this moment? Because I don't know if it's gonna happen or not.
Okay.
It's just my vision. My vision could change.
Okay.
So then I brought myself to actually to understand what is the most important and what I can do right now. So what I can do right now is, if that things one day happen or not, what I can do now is to be the best for him and to actually respect and appreciate him.
Mm-hmm.
And like, maybe you heard some proverb says like, treat people like there's no time anymore. So that's what I can do. And even though I still made a mistake, I'm a mom and I have teenager, but that's what I can do. What I can do is I give him the best I can. I connected to him. I have more beautiful connection and communication. I try to spend quality time to him and do the best I can. So there's no regret in the future of like wasting time or like unuseful time unuseful time, even though one day, no matter what happened. So I think that's what we have to do to other people, to everybody. We need to respect and appreciate them like no time, no tomorrow. And so to ourselves. And for this moment, at this moment time, uh, I don't see any yet. But maybe sometimes if I experience something, then some fears showed up. It's like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a little bit privilege of detachment in emotions when since I was young, except when I had my child. So I don't have many fears of being neglected or being anything from others, because it doesn't really matter for me. For me, everything is just like I'm focused on what I can do only. If I can do a good thing for others, that's what I can do.
Wow. So it means like, I don't know. I'm speechless. But
To hear my son.
yeah, I'm speechless. Like oh my god, I never imagined that I have fear like yours before. Since I hear these things this morning, but
Yeah,
is it?
because it's like fearing of losing your son is the
Yeah,
most fear that I can have, and then the most regret as a mom, because you feel like you don't do best yet, you cannot be a really good mom or
yeah,
something like that.
yeah. Is it your fear make you grow?
Of course, for sure. Any things that unpleasant or uncomfortable, but if you allowing that to happen and embracing it, and then try to see what you can actually grow from it, and what is the beneficial and the value of the learning and the lessons, everything will make you grow. It's not only uncomfortable emotions, it's every emotions, the pleasant unpleasant emotions, you can grow from everything.
Is it fear good or bad?
It really depend on you. It really depend on ourselves, how we actually act and react on it, bad or good, who knows.
Ah, yeah.
And sometimes some people, when they feel uncomfortable or unpleasant emotions, they think it's negative,
Okay.
right? But emotion is not negative or positive.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
way you react to the emotions is defined as positive or negative. So if you feel like, oh, there's a fear and it's unpleasant, it's uncomfortable, and some people will feel like, oh my God, that's not good, and it's uncomfortable, and then that's make me low, that's make me depressed. It really depends on what you focus on. If you focus on the positive thing, you will be positive. So if there's a fear coming up, yes, there's an unpleasant feeling, it's uncomfortable. And then if you really sit with it and allowing that to happen and watching your emotions, feeling, thoughts and everything, and then you really like, ah, there's a certain value that I can see from it. And this unpleasantness can be pleasantness. It's actually really, really big, huge positive thing. It's really depend on you, on the way you react to it. Okay, thank you. Let's walk.